Hi students, welcome to Madras Math Kernel. So today what you are going to see, you are going to see about real numbers, the chapter 1 which is coming in 10th standard mathematics NCERT book. Chapter 1 real numbers. So today you are going to see the theory part or concept behind your exercise 1.1 and explanations related to the examples before doing your exercise 1.1. So first you should know what you mean by Euclid's division lemma. Before understanding Euclid's division lemma, you should understand what you mean by algorithm and what you mean by lemma. Algorithm is nothing but a step-by-step procedure for solving a certain type of problem, that is called as algorithm. So you'll be using this algorithm and lemma in the later stages of your studies. And what do you mean by lemma? Lemma is nothing but the proven statement which is used to prove another statement. And now I'm considering an example 15, 2. 15, 2 is nothing but a pair of numbers. So what will happen if you divide 15 by 2? So if I divide 15 by 2, 15 goes into by 7 times. So 2 sevens are 14, remainder is 1. So you can write down the quotient as 7 and your remainder as 1. So if you take the two numbers as a and b, the two positive integers as a and b, then you can put this positive integers a and b, quotient and remainder in this setup or a form. So a is equal to bq plus r, where a and b are the two integers what you have taken here, and q and r are the quotient and remainder by dividing those two numbers. So you can rewrite a 15 as in the form of b 2 times the multiple of 7 plus 1. So this will give you 2 sevens are 14, 14 plus 1 will give you 15. So all these things you would have studied in your earlier classes, how to divide one number, how to divide the dividend by the divisor, and you have studied this form of representations also in your previous classes. A is equal to bq plus r. So what your theorem 1.1 says, given positive integers a and b, for example here 15 and 12, there exist unique integers q and r, they are nothing but your quotient and remainder, satisfying a is equal to bq plus r, where your r should lie between 0 and b. Sometimes your r can be equal to 0 also. For that only you are putting the symbol r is greater than or equal to 0, right? And then what do you mean by HCF? As you all know, HCF is nothing but highest common factor for the two given numbers. Here we are applying this Euclid's division lemma for calculating the HCF of the given pair of numbers. So here I'm moving to example 1. Use Euclid's algorithm to find HCF of 4052 and 12576. So since out of these two numbers you can find 12576 is the bigger number, so I'm writing in the left hand side, and 4052 is a smaller number when compared with this number, so I'm writing down this in the right hand side. Then you perform the normal long division. So 4052 is 3 times will come inside this number, so you put 3 here, and if you note down the remainder it is 420. Then what you do, you bring this 4052 to the left hand side, you bring the remainder to the right hand side. Again you perform the long division, you will find 4052 will goes in 420 by 9 times, and then 272 is the remainder. So if you perform likewise, finally you will end up in 24 and then this 4. So if you see the remainder in this step, you will be getting 24 will go in 4 6 times, and then plus the remainder will become 0. So since the remainder is 0 here, you can conclude the problem. Therefore this 4 is the HCF, that only you need to find out for this example 1. So from this you can understand one more thing, that is I have given in the note. So here you can see this 4 is the HCF of these two numbers which are prior to 4, that is 24 and 4. 4 is the HCF of 24 and 4, and you can also write 4 is the HCF of 124 and 24, and again it is the HCF of 148 and 124, and again 272 and 148, and again HCF 4 is HCF of 420 and 272. Finally, you can write 4 is the HCF of 12576 and 4052. So you can apply this algorithm except 0. So B should not be equal to 0. And coming to example 2, show that every positive even integer is of the form 2q and that every positive odd integer is of the form 2q plus 1 where q is some integer. So coming to solution part, what does the question says? So you have to represent all the positive even integer in the form 2q and all the you have to represent all the positive even integer of the form 2q, odd integer of the form 2q plus 1. So first what you have to do, you have to write, you should try to write the given problem in the form of a plus bq plus r. A is equal to bq plus r. So here what is your a? A is any positive integer. And what is your b? Since you are asked to write in the form of 2q and 2q plus 1, so here your b should be 2. So you have to infer your a and b from the given problem. Then by Euclid's algorithm, you can write a is equal to, what your Euclid's algorithm formula says, a equal to bq plus r. So a I don't know, any positive integer, so I am writing a as it is, equal to bq. B I told you have to take it as 2q plus r, where r should be in between 0 and b. So here b is 2, right? So you can, r can take the values either 0 or it can take the value 1. It should not go beyond 2. It should be less than 2. So when you substitute r is equal to 0, you will get, when you substitute r equal to 0 in this equation, you will get a is equal to 2q, which implies since this term is divisible by 2, you can say this a is an even integer, right? Similarly, substitute r is equal to 1. So when you substitute r equal to 1 in this equation, so what will happen? A is equal to 2q, you write as it is, instead of r you write 1. So from 2q what you can infer, this is divisible by 2, so the number you get by multiplying 2q should be an even number. When you add 1 to the even number, it will become an odd number. So from this you can infer a is an odd integer. So you have arrived with the answers with respect to a question. A is a even integer. It can be represented of the form 2q. Here a is the odd integer. You can represent that in the form of a 2q plus 1, right? Coming to example 3, show that any positive odd integer is of the form 4q plus 1 or 4q plus 3 where q is some integer. So from this you should infer what is a and b. A is any positive integer. What is your b? From this you should know your b is 4. Here also 4, here also 4. So your b is 4. So you can rewrite a and b in the Euclid's division lemma form, that is a is equal to 4q plus r. A is any positive integer, your b is 4 here, q and r are as usual quotient and remainder, where r should lie between 0 and 4, right? So from the above question, you will infer what are the values that r can take. They are nothing but 0, 1, 2 and 3. So you substitute r is equal to 0 in the equation whatever you found out with the help of Euclid's division lemma. That is, what is the equation? A is equal to bq, that is 4q plus r, right? So you substitute r is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and you try to know what are the answers you are getting. So when I substitute r equal to 0, I am getting a is equal to 4q. When I substitute r equal to 1, it is a is equal to 4q plus 1, 4q plus 2, 4q plus 3. So from this what I am inferring, 4q, it is obviously divisible by 2. So if it is divisible by 2, you can call this a positive integer as an even number. And here, since you are adding 1 to the existing even number, because I said 4q is an even number, if you add 1 to the even number, it will become a odd number. Similarly, if you observe here, this term also will get divided by 2, this term also will get divided by 2. Since both the terms are could be divided by 2, you can call the number as even number. Similarly, if you go for this 4q plus 3, 3 is an odd number, only this is even number. When you add up a even number and an odd number, you will get again a odd number. So what is your question? So any positive odd integer is of the form 4q plus 1 and 4q plus 3 is hence proved. Right? Coming to example 4. A sweet seller has 420 Kaju burfis and 130 Badam burfis. She wants to stack them. In such a way that each stack has same number and they take up the least area of the tray. So what is the number of that can be placed in each stack for this purpose? That is, a sweet seller, she is having 420 Kaju burfis and 130 Badam burfis. She want to stack them in a tray in such a way that each stack they should have same number of burfis. So for further understanding, I have given a simple example for reference here. This is on my own I have given. You take max books, 25 max books, you take 20 English books. So you want to stack them in such a way that each stack they should contain equal number of books. So what you will do, if you observe here, you can find out this is a multiple of 5 and this is a maximum multiple of 5. So you can stack 5 books in a stack. You can arrange in such a way that each stack contains 5 books. So if you arrange the max books 5, 5, 5, 5 stacks you will get, and if you arrange these English books 4 stacks you will get. In each stack you can observe 5 books. So if you do this in the form of Euclid's division lemma, what will happen? You have to write the number of max books here, English books here. You have to see how many times this 20 will go in this 25. So it is 1 times, the remainder is 5. Similarly, you bring this 20 here, you bring this 5 here, right? 5 will go in 24 times and plus the remainder is 0. Therefore 5 is the HCF. Therefore in each stack contains 5 books is observed. A similar methodology could be applied for the given problem. 420 Kaju burfis, 130 Badam burfis are there. You write it here, then you see how many times this 420, 130 will go in 420. So 3 times you write the remainder here. You bring your what is this, 130 here and this remainder here, and again you perform the same step, and finally you will end up in 10. 10 is the HCF of 420 and 130. So that what you can observe from this, those two in each stack you can arrange 10 burfis. Right? I hope you would have enjoyed my teaching. Thank you, students.